Back in 2016, I found it increasingly impossible to find compact fluorescent bulbs in a candelabra style base. And the two white fixtures on the house, they take 3 of them. Now originally when I first moved in, I used incandescents, and that was all fine and good, but it really wasn't cost effective. Because if I put 40 watt bulbs in, that's 120 watts per fixture, or 240 watts for light that I'm never going to see because I'll be asleep. So I had to find a better way. And I did in 2016. I found a candelabra base to standard medium base adapter. And I put in compact fluorescent bulbs that were your standard everyday compact fluorescents that you could get anywhere, and they were dirt cheap. Well, this winter of 2021 into 2022 was not kind to the CFL bulbs. The post light also has CFLs. They're the cool white variety. I did that purposely, and the ones on the house are warm white. Well, anyway, I lost a total of 4 bulbs over this winter. 2 on the garage light, 1 on the house light, and 1 on the post light. So I went online and I wanted to go and buy the same CFLs that I've been buying, because unfortunately I was a bit of a bad boy. Last time I replaced bulbs, I didn't realize that I only had 1 left. So I went online and I looked for these. Got these at Home Depot. I even punched in the UPC number. Product doesn't exist anymore. Isn't that just fucking lovely? So now I'm on the hunt for 60 watt equivalent CFLs, warm white, medium base, pretty standard, typical stuff. And I found some. In fact, Home Depot sold them. And they were getting $2.25 a bulb, and that was the cheapest that I possibly could find. I said, oh man, that's not good. So I thought back to 2019 when this happened. Could I go LED? Jay doesn't do LEDs. Have I lost my fucking mind? Have I gone batshit crazy? And here we are now in 2022. My favorite kind of bulbs I can't get cost effectively. So yes, this happened.
I guess my mind is going again.
My body is dismembered from my mind completely. Which is pretty average with me, but I can't think. Something is wrong with me. But you'd think I was making this up as I was going along. My mind isn't working enough to do this any better than it is. I was going bananas. My mind is just ready to go completely. The whole mind is deteriorating.
I have officially lost my mind completely. LEDs. I'm not proud of this, but I really didn't have any choice. Because to spend $2 and something cents, $2.25 a bulb, and the winter really just kills them, was not cost effective anymore. These are 60 watt equivalent LEDs. They're warm white. They are actually very close to the same color as the CFLs I had. So basically, the CFLs were 2700K. These are 2700K. Apparently, these two people are not on the same page, because they are slightly different, but for all intents and purposes, close enough. As far as turning it on and off, there is just really milliseconds of a delay. They're very close. Let me toggle it a couple more times. Wait for the car. I don't know if you can hear the switch. Very close. Very, very close. Yeah. In fact, the CFLs out on the post light are just pretty much absolute instant. This has the slightest delay. I don't think that any casual passerby would ever even notice that if the lights happen to click on at the time that they're walking by or driving by. So I really don't think that that is that much of an issue. The bulbs, the LED bulbs, sit about 3/4 of an inch higher up yet still than the CFLs did in there. But yet, they, from the sidewalk at least, look still pretty reasonable in that I have this really weird, super high-powered luminaire in there. Oh, another thing, the CFLs that I have here are rated at 900 lumens. These are rated at 800 lumens. These two people are not on the same page together. How does it look at night? Well, here's the thing. I had sort of a conundrum because I hate LEDs. I absolutely abhor them. But in certain particular circumstances, they can be useful. And this is one of them where, like I said, I'm not going to see the light. When I go out to the sidewalk and I look at them, the casual passerby would notice nothing out of the ordinary if they didn't look directly at the bulbs to see what kind they were. If they did look closely, they would see that there are CFLs in the post light and these are LEDs on the house lights. And if you look carefully at the CFLs that are in here, you will see that the back left one, the one closest to the camera, is different from the other one, and I don't think you can see the front one. That is the oldest one that I have that's still alive. When those started burning out and I had no replacements, I went online and I found some replacements, which are the shorter spiral ones that's in the right and the front. Incidentally, I also found that if you have a luminaire that takes 3 bulbs and one of them burns out, put your brightest bulb in front, even if that means swapping bulbs around. It just makes it look that much better from the street, because otherwise it'll be on the right, it'll be too bright, or on the left, you know, it'll be too bright, and then the front and center one is just going to be kind of dull and dingy. I am absolutely none too pleased with this decision, but really the price is what drove it out of normal means. I couldn't see paying $225 for a quote-unquote dying technology, you know, when they would burn out. And they don't last, like they said. The box here, let's see what that reads here, if it says, yeah. Okay, so these are, the CFLs were 14 watts. These, I think, are 8 or 9 watts. I can't remember. Whoop-de-doo. These say that their lifespan is the CFLs did say that their lifespan was 9.1 years based on 3 hours a day. I'll show you that. Right on the back here, I got to zoom out. So you can see that right there, that it definitely shows 9.1 years based on 3 hours a day. These LEDs are rated to last 5 years. That's strange because LEDs were always touted to be 20, 30-year bulbs and that. But this particular company of these bulbs rated them for a 5-year lifespan based on 12 hours a day. I looked very carefully at the package with a magnifying glass to make sure that wasn't 1.2 hours per day. It definitely was 12. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. So if I can get, because 9.1 years did not happen with the CFLs. Not in any way, shape, or form. Not even close. But these are rated, sorry for the screaming bastard kid, but anyway, these are rated quote-unquote properly. They're more suited to outdoor use in this sense because 12 hours a day, especially in the winter, if it gets dark by 5, they're on till 5, maybe even 6, possibly 7 in the morning. If it gets dark by 4, they could go till 6, and that's even longer yet. So if I get 4 years out of them, something like that, that might not be too bad. And at least they would be rated properly. Now, how do they look to me? Well, out of the sidewalk, like I said, a casual passerby, nah, they're just on. They're just lights. For me, they are absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. They're harsh. They are, oddly enough, very bright compared to the CFLs. Now, granted, the ones that were in there were a number of years old, and their luminosity definitely decreases, pardon me, over time. And that's pretty much what we are going to find with these LEDs also, that they're going to get dimmer and dimmer. But now, brand new, they are bright, they are harsh, and when I come up to the porch here, oh yeah, they flicker. There is absolutely no doubt about it. They do flicker. They are as close to instant on as I can possibly get. Again, I think for the casual passerby, it would never ever be noticeable. In fact, they probably wouldn't even know when the switch was clicked on, so they wouldn't even perceive any difference whatsoever. It is a sad day that I had to do this. I do find that oddly, and very oddly, the top of the fixture, as beaten and the paint peeling off as they are, the inside is still white, and that helps to reflect the light down and actually out from the fixture. It spreads across the house and out toward the lawn better than the CFLs did. Possibly because they're brighter, I perceive that, I don't know. But it is what it is, unfortunately. I do not have any other choice at this point in time, because CFLs are probably going to get more and more expensive as time goes on. So I had to go LED. Incandescent is not cost effective to run based on the number of bulbs that are here, and the CFLs I just can't get for a reasonable price. So that leaves these. What are these bulbs that I put in? I don't remember. Let me go get the box. They are TCP LEDs. Ooh, 10 watts. Look at that. Again, 2700K, 800 lumens, blah blah blah. And down at the bottom, if you can read it, based on 12 hours per day. Huh. That is quite interesting. These came from the electric company. The company that charges me way too much money. They hand them out free. Well, not exactly. You have to do a home energy survey. You could fill in as much bullshit as you want. It doesn't impact your bill. or have any bearing on anything whatsoever. And for taking the time to fill that out, this aggregate survey data will help to better fuck us over in the future. But in the meantime, they're handing out 2 free LEDs, and I think it's like once a year, and then it takes like 8-12 weeks for them to actually send the bulbs to you, and blah blah blah. Sorry, the battery cropped out in the middle of my soapbox, so I don't know exactly where I was. But like I was saying, the problem I have now is that I had exactly 6 of these bulbs, exactly what I needed for the house, and I have no replacements. This is going to be a little dicey. I'm probably going to have to look online and find them. Back in the day when I put the CFLs in here, I was able to get them for under $1 a bulb. And to go to $2.25, like I said, was not cost effective. These might be $1.50 a bulb, bought in bulk. Do I have others that might be similar and that? Yeah, I think it's pretty much become just a complete free-for-all hodgepodge of whatever fucking bulbs I can get my hands on now. So if they're mismatched, and that's that. Because getting these, which I can't say that I'm happy with them, but I'm reasonably satisfied that they are passable. We'll leave it at that. So yes, a sad day indeed, where I have completely lost my mind. That's really all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.